under 10 minutes. That's the goal. So there's a time limit there. If you're not getting under 10 minutes, we'll be doing it again for every rep that you missed. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's it. Got to sprint with it. That's one of the books. 9 to go. Good job, Mill. Good job, Mill. Good job. Keep running with it. Keep running with it now. Go, Lex.
Good job, Thor.
Now, minute 40. Looking good. You're under. Keep those feet moving. Keep those feet moving. It's all about finishing today. Third group here. You ready? Ready? Go. Take it off. Here we go. Go.
Hi, this is Andrew Lipton. I'm at the Hines Athletic Center on the campus of Iona College in New Rochelle, New York. I'm joined by Kelly Shaver, the strength and conditioning coach for the athletic department at Iona College. And in the off-season, how long does the strength and conditioning program last? How often is it? What's the duration of the workout?
Sure. So we consider our off season pretty much 2 weeks after the season is ended. So probably about April 1st, around that time. We'll go until the end of school, so about mid-May. We'll give them a couple weeks off, and then the girls actually came back for both summer sessions this year. So I had them in June, and then our freshmen showed up July 1st, and so we've had the whole team here for the past 5 weeks, the whole month of July. We'll get a little break here in August before they come back for school, and then we'll have about 5 to 6 weeks of preseason. We go 5 days a week. We have 4 lifts and 3 runs, and they're kind of broken up. Sometimes we do 2-a-days as needed. The lifts are about 45 minutes to an hour, and the runs are generally around 30 minutes. And it's short workouts, but they're hard and they're intense. An emphasis on certain things at certain periods. For example, this off season, we're trying to build a base of strength, a base of endurance. So that's kind of our focus now. As we roll into preseason, get closer to the season, now we're looking at speed and power and more basketball-specific things. Big emphasis on the legs, squatting and lunging and deadlifting. A big emphasis on the core, rotating as well as stabilization, and then big emphasis on upper body. I love pull-ups. We do, we want to be able to rebound, so a lot of pulling down, lat pull downs, a lot of pull-ups, and the plyometrics and all the jumping and the box jumps and the, we have a Vertimax, so we'll put some bands on them, resisted jumping and all that stuff. Just really trying to improve their explosiveness, trying to improve their vertical abilities. We want them to become more balanced and athletic, more so than muscle bound. So we use a lot of free weights for that. With our power stuff, we also do a lot of plyometric and medicine ball exercises. Again, that's everything to carry over to the court, make it mimic basketball type movements and things like that. We do yoga once a week. That's also at the end of one of our lifting sessions. We'll do a 20-25 minute yoga session. Again, big on flexibility, big on recovery. I had the girls in the pool on Tuesday morning, doing some pool recovery stuff. We'll also take them outside. We'll go run the hills through New Rochelle. We'll go to the park and run around the lake. I try to mix it up for them over the summertime. We try to put a big emphasis on when they're land and when they go to land and make a cut and that transition period, because that's where a lot of injuries happen.
Okay.
So with them, we do some explosive stuff and we move the bar fast and we do some dynamic stuff in the weight room. But when it comes to plyometrics, the first thing we really work on is stabilization. Being able to stabilize the body, coming down from landing on one foot, be able to jump off 2 and land on 1 foot, or be able to make a cut after they land and collect themselves again. So what we did today was prowler pushes, and the prowler is a special type of sled that you can load up a lot of weight on, and we can push it on different surfaces and stuff like that. So we pushed the prowler. They had to do 10 40-yard sled pushes, and they have a group of 3. So as a group of 3, had to finish 30 sled pushes.
How much weight was on it?
The sleds themselves weighed about 100 pounds, and that turf is relentless. So pushing across that with the friction, it's a brand new turf, and the friction on that, it wasn't going anywhere on these girls. So it probably felt like 300 pounds. But that workout today was all about just building strength and endurance in their legs.
Okay.
And
any particular part of the legs?
Oh, the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes. We're also building mental toughness as well. Towards the end they were really grinding them out, and they're almost walking. You know what I mean? And so you want to see that. You want to see them push through that.
Here we go, team. Slow down. You got it. Here we go, team.
Nice. Good. Turn it.
Help her, back.
They really get into it, and you saw them getting around each other, cheering each other on. Everybody's going to be doing it. Everybody feels the same way. Everybody's going through that. And I feel that adversity and that challenge brings them together as well. I sit down with the coaching staff and we talk about overall goals for the team and what we want to accomplish. And then we sit down and we look at each individual player and what they need to work on this offseason.
Alexis Lewis. great player, led the team in scoring, rebounds, only 5'10", and she led the team in rebounds. What are her particular goals that are maybe different than the teams in the strength and conditioning program?
One of her goals, and something that's kind of unique to her, to Lex, is that she's always been great in the weight room. She's one of the stronger girls, one of the more explosive girls. She's always been physically the best in her weight room. What we're really looking for this year, and the coaching staff really looking for this year, is for her to be more of a leader and be more of a vocal leader. So our goal for her this offseason, especially in the weight room, is to find her voice as a leader. And we want to see her picking the girls up that are really struggling, you know what I mean? And really being that leading, not only leading by example, but leading with her voice as well.
Gotcha.
And that hopefully carries over to the court.
Conditioning specifically, it's more about endurance. I think being able to last is very important, especially like playing a full basketball game. The fourth quarter is where it matters, so having that endurance to last the full game is very important.
It's hard work, this strength and conditioning. Do you find any fun aspects of it, or is it just purely a grind?
I mean, it's purely a grind, but that's what makes it fun. I mean, cheering your teammates on, wanting them to finish each rep, wanting them to get better with you is what it's all about.
Does that build team chemistry, team camaraderie?
Oh, of course, every time. When we're cheering for each other, when we want each other to be better, it builds chemistry. For me, I think it's more position and anticipation, because usually when I go for a rebound, I try to time like when the ball is going to hit the rim and if it's not going to go in, so I could outwork my whoever's trying to box me out, so I could get there before them, before they get a chance to box me out.
Gotcha. How about quickness? Does quickness play a part in terms of getting to that spot?
It does, because I mean, if I'm not quick enough and my defender gets there before me and boxes me out, then I'm not going to get the rebounds.